Right, this will be trial run 3. Zoe versus Thomas. They have the right colours this time. Classic 1v1 map, so it is major, and I believe most people nowadays know of the Crazy Chariot build order, which is basically you get your starting mexes, get your Hydro, your ACU walks the ridge, builds 1 or 2 factories, and then goes across the rim to take the mid-mass, and go from there. The question is, do you opt for any early aggression? Slow being slow says, yes, I will go for a mantis, I will go for a hunter. And ThomasHiatt says, I'm just going to build engineers. I think the answer is you can get away with 5 or 6 engineers before building a tank. And that's just the time it tends for lab to get here. If you send your tank immediately south, followed by a scout, you'll intercept most things. Engineers just haven't expanded that quickly. If you keep your engineers in this area and then wait for the raid to come, then you can expand afterwards. So, okay, Thomas built a power generator before he moved to there. So you see the engineers just going to build the power generators air factory whilst the commander builds on the ridge. There's only one small problem here, and that's there's no reclaim engineer. So I don't know if Thomas is going to stall, and I think he is. Yep, he stalled because he forgot to build an engineer to reclaim, whereas Lowe doesn't have this problem. He's got engineers reclaiming, he's got engineers expanding, and he's going to build many factories on the ridge, it looks like, which isn't typical. You generally find that you build 1 or 2, and then you move across to secure this choke point to stop raids coming through, because if this is denied for an extended period, then that becomes quite the advantage. But meanwhile, this engineer is undefended. This engineer is defended. This air scout will see this lab, and now they know there's nothing here. They're going to send both these tanks to go and intercept it. This is the correct way to send a scout in most places. You see incoming raids, but in the case of Zlo, where he probably wanted to raid, he probably should have sent his scout this way, and he probably could have snagged this engineer. But it survived, so it's free to expand. Nothing to take these NGs. And I think... no, that's fine. So, again, we have this tank coming in this way. We'll try and pick off this engineer. But then we have a tank up here, and that's it. There's nothing else to defend. Which means... yeah, this will get through. Probably kill this engineer unless he reclaims it. Will he? Hard to tell. Oh, no, he's trying... I don't know if he's trying to hide behind it, but he loses it. Zlo actually builds 4 factories of his ACU, but doesn't move. How does he have the mass for this? Holy crap. Yep, he has enough power for Tech 2 mechs as well at the same time. Hasn't taken the top ones. Both players looking like they're going to go for dual air. And Hiatt still hasn't got any engineer to claim these 4 mechs, and he has severe power problems. 3 engineers, 7 engineers on power spam, and it's probably that's why he's locked, because each one takes 30 power. He only needs 3 of them. Because now you need power to build power, and as soon as these engineers stop building power, you'll probably have a massive overflow. Unless his goal was to, well, I don't know why he's taking this for free, but unless his goal was to build up enough power to get a quick upgrade, like Tech 2, gun. But this is really bizarre that that's not taken yet. And meanwhile, Zlo is just adding ever more factories. 12 factories right now. To the 8 of Hiatt. Hiatt looks like he's going to go for higher tech, for Tech 2. And he's going to be the first the mid reclaim. And there's a PD actually built here to stop Zlo from taking it, unless he... well, he could just tank it and let the Medusa fire, because now Tom is completely isolated. That's probably why he wants to run.
Under attack.
And that's why he sends units to the mid, probably wonders whether he's just going to run over, which is entirely possible. So it's like there's nothing defending this choke point. It's very common to have a PD in this choke point, and he starts Tech 2. And now we have Tech 2 here. We just have Tech 2 engineers. We're probably going to see some support factories going to Tech 2. Probably try and go for extended pillar spam. And now we have nothing guarding this choke point. Slow, meanwhile, has gone to the mid. Is a 2,000 reclaim ahead. And looks like he's going for Jesters. Now he's going to try a Jester snipe. So yeah, Thomas was upgrading. Realised that he can't, because if he did, he'd just take all this Medusa fire to the face. Nothing's happening in the top. And there's nothing defending this choke point. So these Mantis are free to run around and blow everything up that they want to. But this spam, holy crap. 64 Mantis. 64 Mantis, double the amounts of tanks that Thomas has. And Thomas was just hoping that he could wait long enough to get the pillars out. Which he's going to, but this should not be sitting here. He hasn't scouted the fact that Jester's incoming. This is a horrible thing for Thomas to deal with. And it kind of just went wrong from the moment that he didn't get enough reclaim to fuel his early start. And now this choke point is completely open. There's no PD here. Oh, there's two, that's fine. And here come the Jesters. No flak either. There's a shield, so that should buy him some time. Flo actually messed up and didn't have his interceptors on point to clean the skies, and Thomas just dies to the spam. Well, that was quick and painful. Look at all this spam, holy shit. Ah! Oh boy, Tech 2 air from Thomas, what was he doing? Oh boy. Well, that'll conclude this test cast.